In the top left of Mountain Pass Twilight, playing as Goo, we have Cowboy Dan. In the bottom right of Mountain Pass Twilight, we have Ultibahamut playing as Beta again. And he did go random, but once again, he just happened to roll Beta. So it's just Beta versus Goo all day today. I am astounded at the lack of humans. Astounded at the huge amount of Beta players that we've had. Also, thank you very much, everybody, for the follows. If you're enjoying the event, be sure to follow the stream. Round 2 is going to be tomorrow at the exact same time. So, definitely go ahead and give me a follow if this is the kind of thing you find entertaining. And I'm happy to keep delivering more content just like this. We've got these two scouts engaging each other here in the center. Drover versus Commando, be a very close engagement, but it looks like they're both going to disengage here. The Drover's actually making its way back towards the Mother Goo, though. Interesting. And the single factory start from Ultibahamut will continue to crank out a few commandos here. No small protean yet. At that small hub going up, we may see a very aggressive all-in here from Ultibahamut. I think he's going to go proxy factory in this area, try and spawn some extra commandos to try and apply some really early aggression to his opponent. I don't think that commando made it to the wall soon enough. Nope, not quite. That Drover was 5 hits from death. Not even close. And he will scout this proxy going up, so he sees the 3 factory all-in happening. He knows about it. And even though he knows about it, he goes double mother. Look at that. I think Cowboy Dan may be thinking of trying to send his mother straight to this proxy and just destroy it entirely because of its incredibly aggressive placement. The question is, will 2 commandos be able to spawn before that mother gets over there? Actually, the mother's going for the geyser. I don't know. That could be a questionable decision. He just scouted a 3 factory all-in from his opponent, but he went double. Okay, he changed his mind. The mother is now on its way to the factory. The commandos are in production. Will they make it before the hub is destroyed? Meanwhile, the Drover is engaging this commando over here. What's going to happen? Hub's taking massive damage. It's already down to 50%. Look at that. But 1 commando does spawn. Another commando does spawn there. And 2 here are already here from the HQ. The small hub is probably going to get replaced now. That mother will be chased away. 4 Drovers have been spawned as a response to this. This engagement could very much come down purely to splitting micro here from Ultibahamut. He's so clumped though. Spread out. There he goes. Nice split. Very nice split. 1 commando down. 1 Drover down. 2 commandos down. 3rd commando's about to go down. 3rd Drover goes down, and the commandos are pulling ahead. But Commando Dan, or Cowboy Dan, is making another play for the small hub and factory, bringing it very low. He will be forced to disengage, however. Again, there are now 4 commandos in the vicinity, and Cowboy Dan has no choice but to spawn another set of Drovers here. This is getting very tense. Very tense. The all-in from Ultibahamut means he has no choice but to execute perfectly here. If he's not able to shut down this double mother opening from Cowboy Dan, he is going to be in a lot of trouble. But the hub is complete, and these factories are now fully producing. Nice split from these commandos, but it's too many Drovers. 3 commandos against 5 Drovers. I don't think they can win. Well, maybe. I don't know. I may have spoken too soon. Look at him go. 3 Drovers down and only 1 commando exchanged. Another small protean being forced. And this Mother Goo has yet to produce anything. Nice harassment by this stray commando, bringing it down. It won't even be able to get that small protean out, and it may be forced off the geyser here. Meanwhile, this engagement, Cowboy Dan does morph in time, although I think he was cutting it pretty close, and 5 commandos are on their way to support. If Ultibahamut can keep up these beautiful splits, he may be able to overwhelm his opponent, but it's still on a razor's edge. Drover goes down. Mother Goo's about to glob that commando. Another commando just got globbed over here. I think the micro is getting to be a little bit much for Ultibahamut to deal with. This one will be able to produce small protein very soon. This one also able to do so. There's now going to be 8 drovers. 8 drovers is going to be tough. Very tough. Oh no! Spread out, spread out! Oh no! These split engagements are proving very difficult. You just can't quite split enough. I think Cowboy Dan is now starting to slowly pull ahead here. Don't get globbed! No! Oh, there they go! There they go. He just keeps losing these commandos left and right. He's losing momentum. He is rapidly losing momentum. That being said, Cowboy Dan's not really gaining momentum. This game is just completely at a standstill as they both are stuck at their current levels of production, trying to overwhelm the other person with low-tech units. The question here is either of them going to try and macro up at any point? Cowboy Dan basically has no choice but to keep making small proteins to get these commandos off his back. And at the same time, Ultibahamut probably feels he has no choice but to keep these factories on full commando production full time. But I feel like if Ultibahamut were to transition out of these commandos into a second refinery, rather than staying on this 3-factory all-in for the entire game, maybe he would finally be able to field enough forces to seal the deal here, but I don't know if the cost of that refinery would prove to be too much. Interesting maneuvers here by the mothers. They're kind of trying to... I don't know. They're leaving their position here in the north and making a play for the center. I'm almost wondering if Cowboy Dan is going to all-in his opponent? No. It looks like this mother's actually going to make a play for the southwest expansion, while this one is going to continue to hover here in the center. Ultibahamut has lost a lot of commandos. Currently operating on 1, 2, 3, 4. A few more popping out of the factories now. He sells the tower up here. Gonna start rallying his forces towards the center, but Cowboy Dan is starting to pull ahead. We're looking at about 6 drovers, 7 drovers against 2 commandos now. Just getting whittled down. Cowboy Dan getting a very, very ever increasing lead here, and Ultibahamut still operating on only 1 refinery. Nice try. Don't worry, Ultibahamut, you can watch the video on YouTube later and you'll know. You'll know exactly what happened. There will be 3 mothers soon. Nope. Never mind. Just making small proteins. He's just gonna keep making drovers. He knows his opponent is completely all in on 1 refinery. He's just gonna keep on spamming those drovers out. He knows that commandos really just can't keep up with them in the long run. 2 mothers against 1 refinery. I'm pretty sure 2 mothers is just gonna win. Especially if that keeps happening. Commandos are scouting around in the south, trying to figure out what he can do. His numbers have dwindled so much. Looks like his micro is taking a toll, and there it is. He doesn't think that there's gonna... His all-in has failed. He's not gonna be able to transition into the mid or late game at this point after so heavily investing in that 3-factory commando spam. And that